So this is a podcast about relationships. So it behoves me to just ask, how does that really shape our worldview when it comes to primary relationships when we grow up?
So again, it's important that we frame this through the lens of one point of view, which is the point of view of neurobiology and how neurobiology and our nervous system shapes our relationships. So that's where I'll answer that question from. Of course, depending on kind of the field of reference where people might be coming from, they might have a different answer to this question. But from that point of view, if our foundational security needs for secure attachment relationally are not met, then it generates insecure attachment relationally. And what that means is if a relationship then no longer feels safe and supportive, right, and it is full of what we would call ruptures. So ruptures would be any kind of stressor that comes in and ruptures the security of that relationship, right? And that relationship could be with others, it could be with self, it could be with your environment as well, right? So if there's a high amount of ruptures, but there's low repair, then that's going to just continue to the cycle of insecure attachment, which then results in protective patterns emerging. And I prefer the term protective patterns, and I can't take credit for it because this comes through the polyvagal approach, as well as it comes out of some of the Jason Gaddis's work and also Dan Siegel's work. But I like the idea of protective patterns versus defense mechanisms, because defense mechanisms immediately generates one to feel defensive about their defense mechanism, right? Whereas a protective pattern is softer, it's more compassionate. It's like, my system moves into a behavioral pattern that's actually in service to the health and well-being of my overall system. And even if those protective patterns result in disconnection between self and another, or self and self, or self and its environment, it's actually the protective patterns actually trying to keep the system, the organism, the human biology, right, our system, safe and alive.
Even though those patterns, we outgrow them. So there's a tremendous sense of kind of limitation that happens when those patterns are engaged.